Dragic back in the starting lineup after missing the last regular season game with a knee injury. Johnson, Richardson, Johnson, and Whiteside in the middle for the Miami Heat. Meanwhile, J.J. Redick is back in the starting lineup. He sat out the regular season finale with a back injury, joined by Simmons, Covington, Dario Saric, and Amir Johnson starting for Joel Embiid, who will miss his 8th consecutive contest with an orbital fracture. Our officials today, Mark Davis, Bill Kennedy, and Bill Spooner. And here's Simmons with possession, going right to work against Richardson. Backed him down and maybe a little bit too excited, a little bit strong off glass. There's James Johnson into the paint. And Johnson puts Miami on the board first.
They'll move you, and all the old story, watch the misconception where they start one way and they're looking to get something from the other side.
Tyler Johnson with the steal.
Oh, wow.
Covington with the block. 2 blocks by Covington. And a foul called on the second one. Here's Simmons. Amir Johnson out to Covington, one of their 3-and-D guys, and Covington knocks down his first attempt. Hassan Whiteside gets it back out, and Dragic knocks down his first 3.
Miami averaged 102 points a game, Philadelphia 101.7. So we know that they're evenly matched. Beautiful.
Simmons missed the finger roll, got it back. Amir Johnson, Bellinelli for 3.
I love this guy. This was a major pickup. Dribble handoff, so they're difficult. Why? Because they stay wide. And remember, both of these teams make 11 threes a game. Now, see, he thought he was in clear. No.
Richardson with a pinch on Simmons, and fouled by Covington. Great defense. Tied at 10, just underway here in the first quarter. Bellinelli off the screen. That's his second 3-ball of the night.
And all 3 guys can score 20 points.
Teams with pretty good benches. Here's Tyler Johnson knocking down his first field goal on the baseline. Tyler Johnson had a oft-injured year. A lot of time. Simmons on the drive-by over Richardson.
Well, look, you want to be the best player, you want to be one of the best, you want to be on the top 5, that's what you have to do.
Forced to miss that time, and here he is getting downhill.
Nice.
Finds Covington. Johnson lobs it up for Whiteside, and Whiteside is on the board with his first field goal. Johnson from the baseline, got it.
Dragic and T. Johnson are 2 for 7. These 2 guys, the backcourt guys, have got to score.
Olynyk and 1, and a chance for Miami to regain the lead here.
Now they had a good cast around him. It was an excellent ball club.
Baseline jumper by J.J. Redick is pure.
Now, if you notice, see, that was just a great move. How about this?
And Wade with his first bucket off the bench in the playoff. Ellington is coming off a career-high 8 threes in the last regular season game on Wednesday. Simmons with the step back, halfway down and out.
Yeah, because he's one of the most dangerous guys in the league from the foul line down. Not just because of the passing in that, because of the fact he can finish.
And Olynyk hits a 3, and Miami has taken an 8-point lead with 2:43 to go, courtesy of an 18-3 run. Back to Winslow. Olynyk, the corner 3, got it! And Miami with its biggest lead of the ball game at 12 points.
He'll do it from the corner and also at the top of the circle.
And Simmons made the Heat pay for gambling.
See, no, with him, you can gamble on other guys.
10 on the shot clock for Winslow out top.
Nice.
And good blitz.
Great play.
They come up with the steal. Redick.
How about that?
Covington got it off in time.
Now that's a highlight. Starting at the other end.
Fultz with the steal. Markelle Fultz. Whistle. As a result, one of the most scrutinized shots throughout the course of the season. But he's back and healthy now, and he makes it a 6-point game at the end of the first 12 minutes. There's Saric working against Adebayo.
Nice.
Well defended.
Yep. He kept him behind the board. There was contact, but there's been contact at both ends, so you can't be complaining.
And a great dime by Richardson to Olynyk, who was unguarded. Saric in his 3rd year with the 76ers. Here's Ilyasova with the step-back 3. Bellinelli over to Saric. And we got the 76ers back in the lead by a point. Back to Richardson. Johnson inside,
Nice.
hung in the air and got it to fall off glass. Game one, the 76ers in heat.
Oh, good, nice defense. Good deflection by Richardson.
Yeah, Richardson makes it happen at both ends, and Winslow with the room service at the other end. We're knotted at 42. Brett Brown calls timeout. They're 10th already here in the first half.
Oh, pretty.
Nice little ball
Good
fake.
shot.
Simmons with the tip. Little Ben Simmons magic here.
Yeah, look, they're second in assists at 27 a game, and we all know Golden State is number one.
Olynyk with that old man lunchtime game. Back down Sarge.
He, at one end, he and Wade brought Miami back here, and that was a great thing.
That aspect this year.
Yeah, well, in the second quarter right now, Miami's 0 for 5 in the 3-ball. This is the guy that's got to get going.
The reverse layup good by Dragic. Ilyasova tipped it back up and in. That happened a lot.
No, you're not.
Amir Johnson at the paint. A wild hook shot goes in. Inside for Adebayo. Instead, here's Johnson. Over to Tyler Johnson. His three-pointer is good.
No, that's what they do.
Wade with 7 points in the game.
They stripped him. That was all right.
Wide open three by James Johnson. Rims halfway down, up and back in. Here's Richardson. Got a clean look from downtown and misfired.
He was very quiet in that first half. He was 0 for 2 from the floor.
So was Dragic. Great story of success for the 76ers. Ilyasova. Got it.
See, they just ran that over 2 screens. We call that horns. The 2 guys setting screens up above, and the offensive player goes across. Now, are you going to switch, or are you going to follow, or what? He was wide open.
8-0 run by the 76ers to start the quarter. Whiteside couldn't get the tip.
I think Ilyasova, that was a good move.
Yeah. Simmons off glass. Timeout Miami. Miami coming out stone cold here in the third. Saric got it.
I'm going to tell you now, you can't go to sleep on this guy. When a guy shoots at 39, almost 40%, you've got to get up on him.
Tyler Johnson into the paint. Dragic just 3 of 11 in the game so far for 11 points. With that 1-3 to start the quarter. Been quiet since.
Pretty.
Saric just pulled his way through the crowd, Hubie,
Now
for the bucket. Wade with the pump fake. Olynyk finally breaks the drought. Simmons guarded by Olynyk, crossed him up. Oh, he's in his bag.
They lulled him to sleep. He lulled him to sleep with the dribble, and then Olynyk thought that he was going into the paint. No, when he crossed back over, that was a great move going to his left hand.
To the great Oscar Robertson for rookies. He had a lot more triple-doubles, Simmons did, than even Magic Johnson did in his rookie season as Ellington knocks down the 3.
Oh, good screen. Moving screen.
Amir Johnson wheeling inside. Tipped up and in by Ilyasova.
Ilyasova comes in, and he dominates offensive rebounding and keeping the ball alive.
Yeah, 17 off the bench for him, and Dwayne Wade with the layup.
Look, this series is going to be like this every single night. It's so exciting. They make runs with 3 white shirts intercepting you off the dribble.
Fultz. Oh, that's a lot of sauce. That's a lot of sauce. 5 to go. Winslow weaving on the baseline. Adebayo couldn't get the follow. Ilyasova. It won't count. But that's the type of game it's been tonight for Ersan Ilyasova. Cast off previously by 2 different teams, but making a big contribution here tonight, along with Saric. 4th quarter coming up. Sixers with the lead. Body fat. Very regimented.
And keeping Covington out there with Ilyasova. They have 5 guys who can shoot a high percentage in the 3.
Dwayne Wade taking the rookie to school that time. Here's Simmons working against Wade. Saric from downtown. Got it!
Now, that was all set up by a great screen by Riddick. Amir Johnson.
Simmons kicks it out. Here's Saric. And another 3. Timeout Miami. Dragic looking inside. Olynyk from deep. Got it. Been a good night for at least one member of the Miami Heat. Olynyk with 26.
You come in on the road you're hoping to get a split. Right? You're only down 1-0. It doesn't matter whether you lose by 1 or by 30. You want to split. You lose 2. Well, the thinking back in the 70s was that you're going to go back home and win 2 games. So you have to have a mindset that you can hold court. You see that coverage? That was great coverage by Saric. You almost intercept that pass by Dragic.
Philadelphia now 18 of 28 from downtown. This one is cooked, glazed, and sliced, folks, as Magruder hits the mid-range jump shot for Miami.
So a record given up by Miami. Miami has got to break this down and say, whoa, well, what happened here? How could it happen? Because it didn't happen when we played you 4 times there in the year.
The 4 games were decided by an average of a little over 4 points, but this was uncharacteristic tonight in Philadelphia. Their first playoff win since May 23rd, 2012, and a look at the updated brackets in the Eastern Conference.